Hello everyone, this is IJT. Welcome back. Introduction to Graph Theory. Here we are discussing about chapter 5 and 5.1 I have done in lecture number 30. So come to 5.3. 5.2 is not in your syllabus. Okay. So here 5.3 is counting proper coloring. We have done proper coloring, correct? So what was proper coloring? A coloring in which whenever two vertices are adjacent, then you are getting you are coloring it by different colors. Okay, so adjacent vertices gets the different color, that is the proper coloring. And minimum proper coloring corresponding whenever you can just say corresponding number of k, whenever k proper coloring, and that is the minimum, that is your chromatic number. So the minimum k such that G is k colorable, that is chromatic number, correct? So and when you say G is k colorable, if k proper coloring exists, okay, that is if you are able to color the vertices of graph by using k colors, okay. And if for minimum this k, you get the chromatic number, okay. Now we will count the number of proper coloring here, okay. You are given some number of color, so some colors you are given, so among out of that you can just say how many colors you can choose for proper coloring, and according to that you will be counting all the proper coloring, okay. That is number of proper coloring we will be doing here, okay, calculating here. So this is proper coloring, you already know, that is this is we have assignment of k colors to the this is proper k coloring, k colors to the all the vertices of the graph, and that is the k proper coloring, correct, such that no adjacent vertices gets the same color, that is whenever vertices are adjacent they get the different color. So that is the minimum, you can just that is the proper coloring, you can just say, correct. And here xi G and this is semicolon and k, this representation is the number of, this counts the number of proper coloring whenever k colors are given, okay. So number of proper coloring, okay. So here suppose you can just say you are given this P3, here P3 is given, suppose P3 is this one. So here if you are given one color, so by using one color can you do proper coloring? No, because here at whenever you have some S in the graph you need at least two colors. So here one color is given, so there here you have 0 ways to color this graph, okay, properly, okay. And if two colors are given, then you have two ways, that is if you can just give the endpoints as same color, that is a yellow color you can just say, and the middle point is different, and then just swap these colors. So two ways when you are given two colors, correct. And if you are given three colors, then how many ways are there? So here we have, if you are given three colors, then these are the possible ways. So up to this one you are using, up to this one you are using two colors, okay, and here three proper coloring, okay. So proper two coloring and proper three coloring, this is 6, these are 12, 6 and 6, correct. So corresponding to P3, how many proper coloring exists when 3 colors are given? So here 12, okay. And when 11 colors are given, then I think it will be 1100, okay. So this big is the number of proper coloring, that is the number of ways to color a graph properly, that is such that two adjacent vertices gets the different color. So that are this much, correct. And we will be counting these only. So how these are coming, if 4 colors are given, then it will be 36, Okay, so here I just explained one color is given, no weights, 0 weights, because it is having some edge, and whenever there is some edge in some graph, then at least 2 color will be needed. So for one color it is 0 weights, and for 2 color 2 weights, for 3 color 12 weights, and here I have just explained. And 4 color if you take, then 36 total coloring, total weight. Okay, so here if you are just having here 3 colors, then it also suggests that it also counts that proper 2 coloring as well as proper 3 coloring. Okay, so this is your chromatic polynomial, or you can just say number of proper coloring. So these are number of colors, and this is xi of gk, where k is the number of proper colors. Okay, number of colors given. Okay, and here we are just having the proper coloring, the number of ways we can color the graph. Okay, now come to some example based on this one. So if you are given n vertices, just n vertices, and k color, for example you are just given 3 vertices, and you are given only one color, then you can have that you can have only one proper coloring, that is you can color at all the vertices by the same color, correct? So you can color by the same color, so in that case it will be 1, correct? And if you are given 4 vertices, or you can just say 3 vertices only, 2 colors, number of colors are 2, then how many proper coloring exist? So for every vertex you have 2 colors, because there is no adjacency in this graph, correct? So this vertex will be having 2 choice, so either of color can be used. Here also 2 choice, here also 2 choice. It will be 2 into 2 into 2, that is 2 raised to power 3, correct? So likewise if you have some 4 vertices or 5 vertices, then how many and colors are given as suppose 3, then every vertex has 3 choice each, correct? And it will be, because it is we are coloring all the vertices for this one as well as this one as well as this one, so by product rule you can just say 3 into 3 into 3 into 3 for the 5 vertices. So these 5 vertices have 3 raised to power 5 number of ways to color this graph. Okay, or you can just say xi of g comma k, that is the number of proper coloring for this graph. K5 complement we can just say whenever we are given 5 vertices, correct? So 5 vertices, so this will be the chromatic polynomial, also we name as this is chromatic polynomial, is the number of proper coloring to the graph. Okay, so that is this, we also say this as chromatic polynomial. Okay, so chromatic polynomial for k5 complement, it will be 3 raised to power 5, because every vertex has 3 choice, so it will be 3 into 3 into 3 into and so on. If you have n vertices, then it will be n vertices, then and 3 colors, 3 raised to power n, so each vertex have 3 choice, so n vertices will be having 3 raised to power n choice. Likewise if you are given k colors, and kn complement is the graph, then number of proper coloring, or you can just say chromatic polynomial of this one, and here this is the number of colors given, and n is the number of vertices, so it will be here n vertices, and each vertex have k choice, so it will be k into k into k and so on up to n, so it will be k raised to power n, and here I have just done it. Okay, so here as every vertex of kn has k choices, correct? Kn complement here, so it has k choices, so for n it has this much times. Okay, so n vertices, k into k into and so on up to n times k, it will be proper coloring, correct? So we can choose these colors in k raised to power n ways, so that is giving you this chromatic polynomial. Okay, now come to when kn is given, this was k complement. Now if G is kn, so for kn every two vertices are adjacent, correct? So whenever n is at least 2, then one proper coloring there is no way, okay? That is, we are given just one color, then we can't color it by using one color. So it should be, for k2 it should be at least 2, for k3 it should be at least 3, and for kn it should be, k should be at least, this is the number of colors given, it should be at least n, okay? Only then proper coloring exists. Otherwise whenever n is strictly less than k, there is no proper coloring exists, because every two vertices are adjacent in kn, okay? So here if two colors are given, so this vertex has two choice and this vertex has one choice. How? If you can just color it by first color, second color, or this is second color, first color, correct? That's it. Or you can just say first vertex has two choice, and if first vertex has two choice, then this vertex cannot be colored by the already colored vertex, already colored chosen, so it will be having 1. So 2 into 1, how many ways? 2, correct? So for k2 it is 2. Likewise, if you are given three colors, k is equal to 3 it is given, so 3 colors and k2, okay? This is k2 and 3 colors is given. So out of 3 colors, this vertex can choose for this one, how many choices are there? 3, and one color is being choose for this one, then remaining color will be the choice for second, because this is adjacent with this one, correct? So that's why it will be 3 into 2, correct? So it will be 3 into 2, okay? Likewise you can discuss about kn when k colors are given. So it will be in kn, as I have discussed, the first vertex has k choice and every two vertices are adjacent, this we already know. So second vertex has k minus 1 choice, third vertex has k minus 3 choice, and so on. Nth vertex has, first vertex has k choice, second vertex has k minus 1, third vertex is k minus 2, and so on up to nth vertex has how many choices? N minus 1, so that will be outside, it will be plus 1, correct? So this much choice, and for all proper coloring you have the product of this one, correct? Because you need to color all the vertices. So here we are getting this chromatic number, sorry for this one, chromatic number, this will be chromatic polynomial. Chromatic polynomial for kn, it will be k into k minus 1 into k minus 2 and so on up to k minus n plus 1, okay? And if you look at this carefully, then this is the same as number of 1-1 maps, from a set of n cardinality to set of k cardinality, okay? So the number of 1-1 map from a set of n cardinality to set of k cardinality, so that is given by this formula, correct? And here n should be less than or equal to k, or you can just say k should be at least n, and whenever k is less than n, there is no proper coloring exists, because we need at least n colors to color the n adjacent vertices, correct? So here I have just mentioned it, whenever you are having k is less than n, then it will be chromatic polynomial for this one kn, it will be 0, because in this case no proper coloring exists, correct? So we can have some questions based on these two, correct? So always remember this one, chromatic polynomial for kn complement, it will be when k colors are given, so it will be k raised to power n, and for complete graph it will be when k colors are given. So among k colors we need proper coloring, so all the proper coloring, counting of these proper coloring or number of these proper colorings will be number of ways to color this graph properly, it will be k into k minus 1 into k minus 2 and so on up to k minus n plus 1. Okay, so this is done, correct. Now come to some example based on this one. So here chromatic number for kn, and among k color, whenever k is strictly less than n, it will be 0 because that does not exist any proper coloring. And whenever you have k is 3 and k3 is the, so complete graph of order 3 is given and k is 3. So among 3 we need to choose the proper coloring. So how many ways for proper coloring, correct? So here it will be proper coloring only. It can be, yeah, for k3 it is 3 proper coloring only, correct. So whenever 3 colors are given, correct, and 3 proper coloring. So here there are 6 ways how k into k minus 1 into k minus and so on up to k minus n plus 1. So it will be 3 into 3 minus 1 and 3 minus 2. It will be coming as 6. And or if you want to analyze by that, by graph, then k3 is this triangle, correct. So this vertex has how many choice out of 3? 3 choice. Now one colored is, this vertex has one color, so that is fixed now. So we cannot use that to this vertex and this vertex because of adjacency, correct. So here how many choice? 3 minus 1 and here 3 minus 2, that will be 1, correct. So 3 into 2 into 1, it will be 6. Okay, when 4 colors are given, then among 4 colors, how many ways of proper coloring to k3? Okay, so how many ways for proper coloring for this one, correct. So it will be, so here it will be for example it is k3, it has 4 choice, it has 3 choice because 1 is already being colored, now 2 already being colored. So it is 4 into 3 into 2 and that is coming as this one, or you can just calculate by formula if you remember, okay, or you can just try out this one. Now you are given k3 complement. Here k3 complement 2 colors, so obviously every vertex, each vertex has 2 choices, okay, because of non-adjacency, because no vertices are adjacent, that's why we can use both colors to all the colors, correct, all the vertices. So all vertices can be same color, okay, can be having same color, correct. So here it will be 2 raised to power 3, that is 8, correct. So here 8 and here I have just 2 choice, 2 choice, 2 choice explained, correct. Now there are 8 number of proper coloring, correct, for k3 using 2 colors. So using 2 colors, what about complete graph of order 3? k3, it was k3 complement, correct. Now k3, because 3 is greater than 2, so by using 2 colors we can't color properly the k3, correct, such that every two adjacent vertices gets the different color. So there does not exist any proper 2 coloring because 2 colors are given only, okay. So that's why this is 0. And yeah, whenever you have k is at least 3, then it will be, here it should be k is at least 3. So it is k complement, so it can be anything. If it is k3 only, then it should be at least 3, correct. So here k3 complement, among we want to color properly, we want to use a proper coloring for k3 complement among key colors. So it can be done by how many ways? K raised to power 3, that is each vertex out of 3 vertices you have, this is k3 complement, this also have k choice and k choice, so it will be k into k, this will be k raised to power 3 choice, correct. And here I have just written this. This is already I have explained that it is also already I mentioned that this is also known as chromatic polynomial of G, correct? So this was chromatic number, remember this one, and if you find this one, then this is the number of ways to choose proper coloring of for G in among K, okay? So this is the chromatic polynomial of G and this is the chromatic number. So this is the minimum proper K coloring, this chromatic number, and this is chromatic polynomial, okay? So don't get confused between these two notations, okay? So here is a function of K, obviously it will be a function of K if K is variable. If so, this is chromatic polynomial of G in K, okay? Now come to some proposition. If you are given T is a tree with n vertices, that is n order tree is given, then chromatic number of that is chromatic polynomial of this tree among you want to choose among k vertices, k number of color, okay? N vertices are there and you want to choose among k colors, correct? So this will be chromatic number of any tree of order n, and you want to choose among k number of colors. So this will be always k into k minus 1 raised to power order of tree, that is n minus 1, okay? So here I have just mentioned it, chromatic polynomial of a tree when k colors are given, so it will be k into k minus 1 raised to power n minus 1. And why this is happening? So for a tree you have some root is there or you have some vertex where it starts. So suppose V is this vertex, this is U, W, this is X, Y, Z. Suppose these are the vertices of this tree, okay? So you can color this vertex by some color number 1. So how many among k colors, how many choices for this vertex we have? K choices, okay? So if you have, it has been colored by suppose color number 1, then it will be not color, it will be not colored by the same color. So we have to use among k minus 1, and this one is already being colored to A, this is V, to the first vertex. So here it will be k minus 1 choice, correct? So U has, that is the second vertex which is adjacent to U, it has k minus 1 choice, correct? And W is not adjacent with U and only adjacent with V. So here we can use all the colors except the color of V. So here again k minus, total colors are k, it will be k minus 1, okay? Again if you you are having this X, for X how many colors? So except this W you can use except the color of W you can use all other colors. So all other color will be k minus 1. So like this everywhere we are using k minus 1 number of colors. So how many vertices are there? N vertices are there. Out of n vertices, the one vertex has k choices and every other vertex has k minus 1 choice. So one vertex has k choice, so that is k into every other vertex, that is other vertices left are n minus 1. So these n minus 1 vertices having k minus 1 choice, so it will be k minus 1 into k minus 1 and so on up to n minus 1 times. So it will be k minus 1 raised to power n minus 1 into k, correct? So this is the chromatic polynomial of a tree when the number of colors is given as k, correct? So I hope this is done now. So here I have explained whatever we have discussed till now. So here k colors, then k minus 1, we can't use the color of V to color this vertex, correct? So this is k minus 1, same here, same here. Now about this vertex, this is not adjacent with V. So we can use the same color to V as we did on V, correct? So this we can use this one, but we can't use the same color for this vertex and this vertex, correct? That's why k minus 1 left for every other vertex. So this will be k into k minus 1 raised to power n minus 1, and whenever n is 12, here this is the tree with 12 order or you can just say 12 vertices, then chromatic number will be k into k minus 1 raised to power 12 minus 1, that will be k into k raised to power k minus 1 raised to power 11, correct? So by this formula directly you can just say it, okay? When k is anything, any number, correct? So any number of color is given, then you have this one, okay? Yeah, here choose a vertex V. So this V you can choose. We can color this V in k ways, okay? So k ways, each vertex, that is the neighbor of this V, has k minus 1 choice, distinct, that is distinct from color of V, correct? Similarly, each neighborhood of this x, which was the neighborhood of V, so each neighborhood is neighbor y of this neighbor of V, that was x. So each neighbor of y of x also has k minus 1, which will be distinct from color of x. So similarly, one vertex has k ways and the remaining n minus 1 vertices has k minus 1 ways, correct? So it will be, chromatic polynomial will be k into k minus 1 raised to power n minus 1, correct? Now we have color classes we have done. So all the same color vertices forms a color classes, correct? So color classes are obviously independent, that's why they are being colored with the same color. Independent means non-adjacent, they must be non-adjacent. So in each proper coloring, color classes are independent sets, okay? And these partitions Vg, correct? So these are the partition of Vg, okay? And grouping these coloring on each color class according to this partition, you can just say, and gives you the chromatic number, for this one, chromatic polynomial. This will be the chromatic polynomial for G, okay? So as you have this C4 here, this vertex and this vertex can be colored with the same if two colors are given, and this vertex and this vertex can be colored with the same. So here same way you just group all these according to these partitions, gives you the chromatic polynomial. And how this is happening, so let's discuss here. This is based on the last result only. So if the number of partition of Vg into R non-empty independent sets, so if partitioning have that is the number of partitions, if PR is the number of partitions of Vg into R non-empty independent set, that is R classes are there, R color classes are there, correct? So and number of ways to partition this into R color classes is PR. Then you have chromatic polynomial of G, when k colors is given, will be chromatic polynomial of G when k colors is given, it will be summation of number of partitioning of G into R non-empty subset, correct, multiplied with by KR. And what is this KR? KR is the number of coloring to complete graph of order R, okay? So this will be the multiplication to this one, okay? So here I have just written this one, okay? Now here we are having R non-empty independent set, means to say R color classes we have. So R proper coloring we can use, correct. So R proper coloring partition VG into R color classes, obviously yes, because of R independent set, and these number of such partitions, you have number of such partition denoted by PR of G, this is given, correct. And we can color these R classes. So if partitioning have R classes or R independent set, then we can color this in KR, this much number of ways using K colors, correct. So whenever it is given as K colors, then R classes can be used, because can be colored by in these ways. And why this is happening? Because every class is showing the same color property, or you can just say every color class can be colored by the same color, correct. So same color, so I can just take the same vertex. So suppose A represents the color class whose color is same as A. So and B represents the color class whose color is same as B, and C represents the color class whose color is same as C, correct. So and 3 colors are given. So among 3 color, or you can just say 4 color, so that you don't get confused. So 4 colors are given. So among 4 colors, how many ways you can color these vertices? Because if this is getting colored, so all the same type of colors getting colored, correct. Same type of vertices getting colored, all the vertices in this class, okay. So out of 4 you have, this is kind of this is adjacent, that's why this is not coming to this one, and these are also adjacent, and all the vertices in this are independent, and also in this one color class B it is independent, color class C it is also independent, correct. So it will be that is K into K minus 1 and so on up to, this is kind of 4 into 4 minus 1 into 4 minus 2, correct. So it will be 24. So 24 ways you can color this one, okay. And if the number of such partitions is also given as 2, then it will be 2 into 24, because 24 for first partition and 24 for second partition. So then it will be 48, correct. So this logic is being used here. So here R proper coloring, this is explained. So PR is the number of such partitions into R color classes, correct. So we can color these R classes, or you can just say these one class represents the same color. So or you can just take the one vertex only. So these are vertices, and one vertex is getting the same color, correct, the one color only. So here in this way, among when K colors is used. So when K colors are given and R number of vertices are given, and these R are adjacent with each other, correct. So R classes are given, then this is the number of colors, number of ways using K colors over these R classes for one partition, correct. And if number of partition are given as PR, then it will be for every partition it will be KR, correct. So this will be PR, and for all coloring it can be R can run from 1 to N. So there can be up to N coloring also, correct. So it will be, and it can start with 1, that is 1 proper coloring, and 1 proper coloring will be only in case of complements of Kn, correct. So again here it was KR ways, and for total number of PR partition you will be having this number of ways to color, PR into KR, correct. So and for all proper coloring R is running from 1 to N. So for all you will be just adding this one, this can happen, or second one color, this can be colored using one coloring, proper one coloring, or proper color two coloring, or and so on up to this one. So by some rule it is PR into KR, where KR represents this formula K into K minus 1 and so on up to K minus R plus 1, correct? So this way we are getting, this is the chromatic polynomial of G when K colors are given, and obviously the number of partition is constant, so and R is running from 1 to n, correct? So this is the polynomial in K, correct? So this is the polynomial in K because this is the constant. So you can vary the number of colors and check whether how many ways to color properly the graph are there, okay? So if you are just thinking that why this KR is coming here, so whenever R classes are there, you can compare one class, one color class with the one vertex of Kn, complete graph, okay? And another class, obviously these will be adjacent with this one, another class, then this will be adjacent to both, that's why they are going to some different class, correct? So here this one, so here this is one class, this is one class, this is another class, this is another class, this is another class, and whenever K colors are given and R classes are given, so you can just say R vertices, or we want to use K colors, correct? And this R classes correspond to the, if you want this correspondence, then it will be complete graph, correct? So then it will be how many ways, K into K minus 1 and so on up to this one, correct? So that's why it is given. And why I am just comparing, or you can just say I am relating this complete color class with one vertex in complete graph, because this color class can be colored by the same color. All the vertices in the color class in one particular color class can be colored with the same color. In second, it can be colored with the second color, correct? So all the vertices are colored by this color, and in some other it is colored by some another color, correct? And it is colored by some another color. So that's why I am just corresponding this with Kn, okay, complete graph. Anyways, this is done. Now you can come to this one. Whenever you are given independent set, n independent set is given, then number of partition, or you can just say n vertices into n independent set, how many ways you can partition this one, how many number of partition will be there? Only one. N vertices, n number of sets, so only one, that is one class can be, or you can just say one set having only one size, okay? So there will be this P and G, that is the number of partitioning corresponding to n classes, this will be 1 always, okay? Number of partition is 1 into n sets, okay? And whenever you have G is not isomorphic to K and complement, n can vary from 1 to n, then you have, if this is not isomorphic to G is not isomorphic to this one, or you can just say G is having at least one edge, correct? Not isomorphic means G is having at least one edge, then you need at least two colors, correct? So at least two colors. And whenever you have this at least one edge, you can't partition all the vertices in one class, correct? You can't take all the vertices in one class, because this edge will be, the endpoints of this edge will be going into different classes, correct? So that's why P1G will be always 0 whenever G is not isomorphic to this one. So P1G is 0 unless you have this one. Okay. So P n G, number of partition into n sets, n independent set, that is 1, always one way. And number of partition into one independent set when G is not isomorphic to Kn complement, or you can just say when at least one edge is there, then you have number of partitioning into one independent set is this 0, because G has at least one edge and both the endpoints of edge cannot go into the same class, correct? And here I have just used the last proposition, this one, result of this last proposition, to compute the chromatic polynomial of the C4 when k colors are given, correct? So k colors are given, then you have this one, it will be r is equal to 1 to n, n is 4, so r is running from 1 to n, and pr is the number of partition into r classes, correct? And kr is the number of coloring, or you can just say here kr is the k into k minus 1 and so on up to this one, correct? So number of k colors, or you can just say number of ways using k color to these r classes, correct? So here r is running from 1 to r, so we need p1, p2, p3, p4, correct? So here you have p1 will be 0 because this has at least one edge, so you can't partition all the vertices in just one set, so that is not possible, correct? Because all vertices, or you can just say it has at least one edge is there. So p1 0 is p1 c4, in p1 c4 number of partition of 4 vertices in one set, this is 0. In two set, whenever r is 0, and here I have just explained, r is 0, you can take these two vertices in the same set and b and d in the same set, okay, because these are non-adjacent. So whenever non-adjacent, this is only the way, correct? So you can just take this p3 as p2 as 1, this is only one way to partition this one, so it will be going into one and it will be going into another, correct? Yeah, when r is 3, then you have 3 classes. You want to partition 4 vertices into 3 classes, so this can go to 1, and also this can go to the first class, and this one, because this is adjacent with this earlier, so this can go to some other, and this can go to some other. So this is one way, and there is another way also. B and D will be in the same and A and C will be in different. So here A and C are going to the same and B and D are in different, and another way is the just opposite one. So here A and C going to this one and B and D is going to this one, and A and C in different, in above one it is B and D in the different, correct? So in another one it can be same, and it can be this one, and this can be this one, correct? So how many ways are there corresponding to 3 partition, or you can just say 3 classes? There are 2 ways, correct? So two partition, number of partition are 2 among 3 sets. So among 4 set you are just taking all the vertices. So among 4 set as you are just taking individually all the 4 vertices. It will be, you can just take A, B, C and D, correct? So this will be only one and only one way, correct? So here we have got P1, P2, P3, P4, correct? So just put this in this one and get the results. So for this one 0, it will be 0 only, 0 into something it will be 0. Next is P1 is 0, P2 is 1 into KR, so it will be K of 1, correct? So P2 it is 1 and K2, correct? So K2 is K into K minus 1. Next is P3 is 2 and it will be 2 into k minus 1 into k minus 2. So it will be k2 and k3 in case of P3, correct. So if it will be k4, then it will be k4, correct. So here P4 is 1 and k4 is this one. So anyways this is done, correct. And just you just multiply it, you will get this result. And try to remember this result. C4, you are getting C4 when this is the number of ways to color properly C4 when k colors are given, correct. So k into k minus 1 and k square minus 3k plus 3, correct. So please try to remember this one. We will be using again and again this C4 whenever we need, correct. So here this is one way. This proposition number 5.3.4, calculating the chromatic polynomial, it was one way, and there is another way also by contracting in as. So that is another way, another method to calculate this chromatic polynomial is the recursive computation by contracting in as g dot e. You can just contract this some as, and in this method discard the multiple copies of edges arise from the contraction. Suppose you are just contracting this edge, then you will be getting kind of this one, correct. Then you will be discarding one copy of this one, this multiple edges, whatever you are getting, correct. So because this number of proper k coloring is not affected by the multiple edges, that's why we discard that, okay. So that to make the graph simple, okay. Now come to this how we apply this one. So here chromatic recurrence, this method is known as chromatic recurrence. So if G is a simple graph, so for simple graph it is applied, and E is some as, then chromatic polynomial for G can be calculated by chromatic polynomial of G minus E. This is discarded E. If you discard E from G and minus, it is contracted G contracted E and among k colors. So this will be chromatic number of chromatic polynomial of G among k colors when k colors is given. So that will be chromatic polynomial of G minus E minus chromatic polynomial of G dot E. Why this is happening? Because proper coloring of G minus E and G are related. How? So proper k coloring of G minus E is the proper k coloring of G if and only if. So suppose this one is G and this one is G minus E, and I am just taking this as is E, correct. So proper coloring for this G minus E will be proper k coloring for G if and only if it gives you the distinct colors to the endpoints of E, correct. Then it will be same. So proper k coloring of G minus E is the proper k coloring of G if and only if it gives you the distinct colors to the endpoints of U, whichever we have discarded, correct, we have removed. So if we again join this one, obviously it will be having in G, it will be having the different colors. So that's why this is same. So whenever these endpoints of E are getting the same color, different colors, then it will be same, okay. And every proper coloring of G is every proper coloring of this one, and the reverse case is not true. Reverse case is true only if we are getting the endpoints of E are getting the different color here, okay. So here endpoints of E we have just colored it by different color, so that this will give us the chromatic polynomial of G, okay, or you can just say proper k coloring in G, okay. So this is the funda here. So here number of proper k coloring, this symbol I use for number of. So number of proper k coloring of G will be equal to chromatic polynomial of this one, that is number of proper k coloring in G minus E, minus number of proper K coloring of G minus E that have the same color on U and V. So obviously you will be considering all the proper coloring of G minus E, and you will be removing all the proper coloring which have the same color on the U and V, which as we have removed. Okay, so here I have just explained. So chromatic polynomial of G will be equal to chromatic polynomial of G minus E minus the number of proper K coloring of G minus E that is having the same color on U and V. And if you see at the statement carefully, then these coloring will be same as, you just join these, or you just make these as this one only. Okay, U and V. So you just try to make U and V, you try to overlap U and V, you will be getting the same. So if you contract this one, you are getting this one, and discard contract E, then you will be getting G dot E, correct, and discard multiple edges, then you will be getting the chromatic polynomial. Okay, so here I have just explained. So coloring of G minus E having the same color U and V, where G minus E we want to remove where U and V are having the same colors, correct. So these correspond to the proper K coloring of G dot E, that is this one. This was G dot E, or you can just say G contracted E, correct. So this is corresponding to G dot E, in which color of contracted vertex is the common color, because this is the common color we need. So we can just say this is the common color, and here we can remove these edges to make this graph simple, because these multiple edges doesn't affect the coloring, correct. So that's why this result holds. How? This proper coloring of proper K coloring of G is equal to proper K coloring of G minus E, minus this is corresponding to G dot E, correct, proper K coloring. So it will be proper K coloring of G dot E, and this will be giving you chromatic number of the corresponding graphs, correct. So here I have just done this one. So in next lecture I will be dealing with this one and some exercise. So one question based on this one is left. So I hope you got this one. Bye bye, take care.